Referrals are great until they aren't. They can be unpredictable, and they don't always bring the right kind of clients. And let's be honest, if this is solely how you're marketing your landscape company, then it's kind of like using hopes and dreams to get work. But what if I told you there is an easier way to make referrals more consistent, more profitable, and actually aligned with the clients that you want to work with? Plus, the best part, it doesn't involve paid advertising. And that's what we're diving into today. And with that said, let's get rolling. I'm Chris Major, a photographer and filmmaker specializing in the landscape industry. With over 20 years of experience between landscape design, installation, and maintenance, I'm now here to help you showcase your value so that you can have clarity to grow your business. This is the Landscape Brand Podcast, and today we're talking about how to get better referrals using a simple framework. When I was a landscape designer, I remember loving getting referrals. I mean, who doesn't? They feel like a slam dunk for closing the next job. It typically goes like this. You finish a job, the neighbor chats with the client, and then you get a phone call. Rinse, repeat. Most landscapers rely on referrals like this, but they do it passively. That's because it doesn't always go that way. We do great work, hope the client talks about us, and wait for the phone to ring. Kind of feels safe, but until the phone stops ringing, or worse, it rings with the wrong kind of work. The problem isn't that referrals don't work. In fact, they absolutely do. I love referrals. In fact, they have a much higher chance of closing than if the lead came from somewhere else. The problem is that these passive referrals don't really scale. There's no system. There's no way to really control what's coming in, and no clarity around what's being said about your business. And usually there's no follow-up process when someone does pass your name along. Hope is not a plan. And if you want to grow intentionally, you need to stop relying on wishful thinking and start being proactive. So let me break down why this matters. Passive referrals are unpredictable. One month you might get 3 great leads, and the next month, nothing. And if that's your sole way of marketing, you certainly can't count on it to help you reach your business goals. And even when someone does refer you, if you don't have a follow-up plan, they might fall right through the cracks. Now, say your client sends your name to a neighbor, and the neighbor doesn't reach out. And if you don't know about it, you can't follow up. That opportunity is lost. An unpredictable referral system leads to unpredictable revenue. And you deserve way better than that. So, what do we do about it? It starts with a simple mindset shift. Referrals aren't something that you wait for. They're something that you work for. Here's 2 practical ways to make that happen. Number 1, you can use the ASK or ASK framework. This is a simple framework that you can start using immediately. It stands for A, ask with clarity, S, simplify sharing, and K, keep value visible. So let's break it down. A, ask with clarity. Most landscapers, they don't ask for referrals at all. And when they do, they're vague. Sounds something like, hey, if you know someone else that needs landscaping, send them my way. Well, that's kind of exaggerated, but you get the point, right? I mean, it feels awkward. But if you practice it, you will become much better at it over time. But we got to raise the bar. Tell people who you want to work with and why you're the right fit. Try something like, if you know somebody else who has a problem with blank and wants to invest into a space that they're proud of to share with family and friends, I'd love to help them. Do you know anyone like that? Then pause, wait for the answer. It might be a little awkward silence, but your client will process it and give you a response. And if they have someone, write it down. Write down their name and info so that you can refer back to them when it's time. And it could be very likely that your client doesn't have anyone in mind right at that moment, and that's okay. But I guarantee you that they will probably remember your question and be more likely to follow up if someone does come to mind later because you were specific. Remember, we're positioning ourselves to capture the referral for the work that we want to do. For example, if you want to do more lighting jobs and you did a whole bunch of other landscape work for a client, including lighting, and they're clearly over the moon with the work that you did, then ask specifically about a referral for lighting. And if it's something else, then make that the problem that you're focusing on. That's how we ask with clarity. It leads to the problem or the pain point that we set out to fix and teaches your client how to talk about you. And that kind of clarity will create confidence. Now, the next part of our framework is S. Simplify how they share. So the goal of a referral is that past clients are walking billboards for your company. With that being said, don't make them work to share about you. After your work is finished, send them an email and thank them for the opportunity and then ask for the referral. In that email, you can provide a link to share with someone if they're a good fit. Another idea is to send along a separate card, like print out something that has your company name and logo and contact information, as well as a QR code that points to a special web page just for referrals. When a happy client hands that card to an interested person, that referral will get to a special landing page and feel like a VIP. Remember, we want that first impression to be as best as possible. And on that referral VIP page, there should be beautiful images of past work, as well as a clear call to action to contact you. This isn't being pushy, you're just making it easy. Now, when you simplify that referral process, people will be more likely to follow through. The last part of this framework is K. Keep your value visible. Now, nobody works harder at getting referrals than you, but while you're sleeping, your brand could be getting them for you. This is where your images, your message, and your story really matter. Use great photography with clear messaging on your website with a consistent look across all the platforms like social media and so forth. This means that you're showing your value and you're not settling for bad pictures or unclear words that are out of scope with the work that you want to achieve. Your great work comes from the proof, and it's the clear message that creates that momentum. Now, imagine if you could have a referral for a specific kind of work and a type of client that you like working with at your fingertips. That's where testimonials come in. More specifically, a video testimonial. A video testimonial is like a portable referral. It's proof of your work. It's a real person talking about their real experience. And it does something incredibly powerful. It pre-frames your brand before the next client ever speaks with you. A good testimonial shows not just the end result, but the transformation as well. You want to show the before and the after. Their emotion from their experience will make a powerful tool for your marketing tool belt. And it positions you as the trusted guide to help solve a specific problem. Plus, it's scalable. You can share it on your website, on your social media, in your proposals, and even directly in a reply to an inquiry. So, what goes into a great testimonial? Here's a few pointers. First, get permission to film your customer. Make sure it's in writing and that they agree that you can use their images and words in your marketing. In the photography industry, this is typically called a model release form, and you can find these online or maybe even have ChatGPT help you draft one up. Keep your questions simple and clear is number 2. Ask what problem they had before doing work, how it felt, and then how they feel now after the work is finished. Focus on the emotion and the transformation that took place and less about the details like specific plants or pavers and so forth, as those will come through naturally if you ask correctly. Number 3, show beautiful images that capture the emotions that your client spoke about, that connects the value of what they said to what you did on site. 4th thing, gear. Everybody asks me, hey, what's the best camera? Well, for a solid video testimonial, it's not about the camera, but about sound. And there's a lot of great options out there that will even integrate to mobile phone setup. So get a great microphone and a sound setup, and you will have a great video testimonial. If you want to drive referrals that drive the right kinds of clients, start with video testimonials. They do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Then, when you have a conversation with a prospective client, you can send them a testimonial video that best aligns with their scenario and makes your company the clear choice to help them. If you want help from me showing your value in visuals, you can download my free guide, The 5 Essential Tips for Landscape Photography That Wins Clients. And you can find that link below. So let's recap. Passive referrals might get random results, but proactive referrals, those grow your business with intention. Use the ASK or ASK framework. Ask clearly, make it easy to share, and always keep your value visible. Remember, it's not about being pushy, it's just about being clear. Finally, use video testimonials as a portable referral. Make sure that you have several of them so that you can show your value to the right people for the right situations. Well, friend, that's it for today's episode of the Landscape Brand Podcast. If you found this helpful, subscribe and share it with someone in your network and keep showing your value. I'll be back with more insights to help you grow your landscape business with clarity and confidence. Until next time, see you soon.